Well, whichever way you look at it, it's proven a big success, particularly for the United States of America. I mean, what a celebration, of course, of the incoming president, the 47th president of the United States of America. Now, we know, of course, that Mr. Trump, President Trump, as we should rightly call him now, is a huge fan of the British monarchy, spoke about it at length. And as I said to you before, you could really see that here is a man who has a huge ego, but that was brought right down to size when he met our late monarch, Queen Elizabeth. He was like a little boy. He couldn't quite believe it. I was there very close and I thought, wow, here's somebody who knows how to curtail Donald's ego. And what's fascinating is it could have worked so well in our favour, but things started to go radically wrong. And this is all thanks, of course, to the world of politics. Now, Trump is no saint. Everybody knows that. He comes with a list of terrible things, but then don't all people in power, whether it be running movie mogul studios or indeed the very top of business, you get the picture. But of course, when they sort of find themselves back in power, what you have to do is learn to work with these people. Over here, we have the likes of the current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, throwing arrows across at the incoming president. So much so that it's now created a bit of a fraction between none other than the head of the party, which is, of course, the current British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, and the Mayor of London, even though behind the scenes they're sort of the best of chums. You get the picture. But now it falls far worse because, as many people realise, there was not an invite offered to the British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, or indeed the potential ambassador to Washington, which is the very oily Peter Mandelson. You want to read his background and wonder about why Trump is not too keen, or indeed the people around him, to do business. But what's fascinating, this is what really must hurt the current government, is this, because even though Donald and the team around him know protocol, basically they offered wonderful opportunities and wanted to invite none other than His Majesty the King, Queen Camilla, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, in fact every senior member of the British monarchy, Catherine and William. Everybody was invited to the inauguration, not because of a political stance, simply because he really admires them. And as he spoke about this to someone recently who is very close to Mr. Trump, and they passed this on to me, when he met William, he was really impressed by not only his stature and the way that he held himself and conducted the interview, but he thought he was a very clever, insightful man, and said, he just spoke sense. And apparently Donald, gets it that he can't do this, but doesn't know why he just simply can't deal with William and the King. He feels that they've got more to offer, make more obvious sense, not necessarily in political stance, but, ambassadorial things, dealing with things that could be thorny topics. Now, the problem on a more serious note is this is only going to escalate because whatever people think, the fact that Mr. Trump did not invite anybody from the Labour Party, including people like the current British Foreign Secretary and the current Deputy British Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, that have both been very disrespectful on camera previously about Mr. Trump, well, it's proving to be a very bad, topic for us. It could get worse, seemingly because it shows no sign of thawing. And it could be down to either William and the King to suddenly be the ambassadorial sort of role that we need to cement some kind of still special relationship between our two wonderful countries. What a mess we're in. What do you think? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.